Given the limitations of the NES, there was a lot of variety. Some developers provided that to us in the form of multiple games in one cartridge. Really gave us a good value. Others decided to go in a different, shall we say, unfortunate direction.
Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular. Look at them. Look at how smug they all look, with their alliteration. Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular was released in 1990 by Kimco in the US. The game didn't see a European release, most likely because it was a rethemed port of the UK title, Alternative World Games, which was released for the Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, and ZX Spectrum home computers respectively. Now, on the console side of things, this is where it gets a bit more complicated. Over in Japan, the game was released for the Famicom under the title Donald Duck. At the time, Kimco held the license to produce Disney games over in Japan, whereas Capcom had it in the US.
So naturally, Kimco chose every kid's favorite cartoon character from the late 80s and early 90s, Snoopy! Yep, Snoopy. Even if this were a cartoon character that kids from that time were into, like He-Man or Turtles, I think that would be the least of this game's concerns.
Two years ago, Italian fascism attacked us. Today, Italy and her German masters were unable to fire a single shot in defense of the doomed and crumbling fortress which they called invincible. We were unopposed, but none of us who scrambled up the beaches of
Snoopy! Another one of those games where the title and the game is different than the one on the cover. Yeah, it looks pretty par for the course. Let's see what we got. Sack Race! Well, guess I can't argue with that. Who dat? Hobo Snoopy? Believe it or not, Snoopy has a brother. Yeah, that guy's name is Spike. And we're off. This is, yeah. This is the thing. Riveting. What, you came here for strategy? You'll find none of that here. Well, maybe a little. You avoid these potholes and you can knock each other over sometimes, but for the most part, just mash buttons and you'll win. Snoopy, what are you doing? Contain yourself. Well, it's just 1 out of 6. The odds could be in our favor. Let's see what Overboard's about. Whoa, Spike! I thought we were brother- You son of a bitch! Well, you can move forward in this one, but it's still just mashing. Seriously, I can't figure out any strategy to this. Sometimes you fall, sometimes you don't. And what am I supposed to do here? Oh well, let's move on to boot throwing. Huh, wonder how I throw this. I guess I'll try pressing A? What? Oh, I see. You mash down to start winding your throw. Yeah, I got this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the greatest. Pile of pizza. Oh, I get it. Leaning Tower of Pizza! Forward with the D-pad, alright. Wow, you lose a ton of these for barely even moving. Well, I guess it's too late now. Might as well just get onto the finish line. I wonder how slow you have to go to not lose any. Well, might as well try.
You see a recurring theme here?
Yeah, this is fun. Wait, what? I barely pressed forward and I just... No! Look at the timer! You gonna have to go slower than that? Pile of pizza, you're done.
Jesus Christ, I'm hungry!
Pogo! Oh, that's reassuring. Alright then. Oh. Oh! Man, this game got pretty tough all of a sudden. Geez, so much for mindless mashing. No more messing around, I guess. Let's see how far we can get. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, I actually made it over that! Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this. Jumping's a little awkward in this one. You've got to hold A before you hit the ground, and then you launch yourself. It kind of makes sense. Ooh, pretty close to this wall. Let me just try to back up a little bit. Huh.
I can't go back?
What is this? I've gotta do it. I'm so sorry, Snoopy. I'm actually not sorry. Yeah, how about no? River jump. The final event. If I learned anything from Pogo, it's that we're done messing around.
It's time to get serious.
Snoopy? Snoopy? You mash A to move forward. It was so obvious. And then this. And this. And a whole lot of this. Ugh. I can't do it. Even when I try to do it, I can't do it. I mean, I know you press B at a certain point, but I apparently can't get it to work because it's pixel perfect. It seems so easy. But I tried to make it over this river for so long. Over and over and over. It's just not worth it. Just stay there, Snoopy. We're done here.
I think Snoopy's shitty sports spectacular would probably be the best way for me to describe my experience with this title. I mean, it's not like the game was buggy or broken or anything like that. Far from it. The music was, okay. The graphics were pretty faithful to the source material, and the controls, bear with me here, were actually pretty responsive. But that's the problem. Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular is comprised of 6 minigames. Now, when those minigames consist of nothing but button mashing, or pressing a button at a very particular, very arbitrary moment with absolutely no indication of when and where to do it, well, there's no skill involved, and there's no feeling of reward if and when you manage to pull off a trick. And frankly, that's not fun. It's just silly. Well, I guess they at least got that part right. Just, for a game that came out in 1990, I don't think it was unfair for me to expect a little bit more out of the gameplay experience. Still, that's actually not my biggest problem right now.
Yeah, well, maybe not the game itself, but Snoopy at the very least. Snoopy is known as America's favorite beagle. Let me just straighten something out real quick. This is a beagle. This is an albino turd with ears. Hey, it's like I'm looking in a mirror. Hey everyone, it's Chaide, and once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. So I want to ask you guys something. You ever rent a game when you were younger that was just the worst? Ruined your shut-in weekend? Yeah, that might have something to do with why I made this video. 20 years and I'm still not over it. Either way, I'd love to hear your stories in the comments, so feel free to share or just drop a line. You can also like and subscribe if you'd like. Both those help me out, and you get notified when I make a new video. And if you still can't get enough of me, you can click the video to check out my NARC review, or you can check below for some links to Twitter and Twitch. Until next time.